I was about to say Lena really likes to turn hands into a bluff. Is really raising where?
Let's crush.
Should run a bluff on the Sunny Man. It's good to fold out some ace jack off combos that didn't improve the flush draws. Not sure if people will call these. Where we see. I think it's a reasonable second barrel. I think often also people now jam their 2 pairs on the turn. Alright, good luck us. I very rarely run bluff on micro and low stakes. Well, let's see. I haven't tried it in a while. It doesn't work. It's for educational purpose, chat. It's for educational purpose. Like, after I lost this pot in the Sunny Main, everyone just keeps living and I keep folding. I don't want to know what kind of trash hands they're trying to get my bounty. Really? Alright. 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 Sometimes you get owned left and right. Alright. Ooh, that's what we want to see. Ha! One out that. How can he have aces there? How in the world can he have aces? Gonna bluff this off against Beriozzi. Let's see what he has. Let's see. Was he trapping? Was he trapping me? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see, Mr. Beriozzi. You're a nice guy. If you have it, then you can have it. I think he has a weak spade. I think he has a weak spade. I 3-bet the flop. He raised small. Let's see. Let's see. He's still gonna have lots of jack X without anything. He probably, if he thinks I'm goofing around, he might call. If he thinks I'm playing reasonable this spot, which I am not. I think he might call for if he's streaming. I'm not sure if he's streaming. I should actually have looked this up. He for sure likes to call for content. He's like, you know, it's fucking Bencb. Let's just launch it. Who knows? Who knows? Ah, Beriozzi, komm. I mean, like, honestly, whatever he had, maybe once in a blue moon I fuck around here, but I just think it's just very good to fold. It's a very good fold. I think whatever I think it's just really hard to have anything here. I think you just got unlucky that I was a bit goofy in this spot. I think he just got very unlucky that I was goofing around for the content. Maybe he would have thought for the content I make a sick fold, you know? Would have been really interesting to see. Yeah, pocket 8s, 20 less than 20 bigs, I always go broke. He could 3-bet fold. He can committing 3-betting ace 10, pocket 7, just too strong of a hand here, sub 30, 20 bigs. For me, it's like the threshold. It's always gonna be okay to just, you know, 4-bet jam. Maybe he still folds. Alright. So also removes a lot of complexity, like once you know, okay, it's just a very reasonable hand to that, like 8s and like ace check suited, ace queen off are the kind of hands I will stack off there. We are 7 to the money here. I have to see how he plays the small blind if he jams, because that's what I want. And he's still calling off relatively wide, so there's gonna be a very high collision likelihood. I think both fairly standard. Now we hope that he can knock him out. Nice. Very important. And we definitely jam. You could 3-bet call jacks and 10s and use jams from weaker hands. And big pot. Chip lead pot. Ui. Lots of aces and kings still in the mix, I would say. Because everyone folded relatively fast, it's always dangerous. Oh, that's huge, we might later. Oh, how did he get it in there with ace-5 off? What happened? I missed a bit the action. Sam raises, Alex just rips it in with ace-5 off there with 25 bigs. Sunny man, he calls and then donks into me. What the fuck? I mean, we always go broke here no matter what. Alright. We split a lot of the time. Alright. That's why. That's why, chat. I'm not making hero folds in these spots. Oh, we limp call king 5 off. It's also fine to limp 3-bet, I would say. I think with the king and spades, I like to bet because we have some options on the river. And it smashes our limp call range. I mean, the 8 is a bit dirty, but he's going to be sitting on like 10-6, king 6. And we have to bluff this river. Even though we have the spades, if he sits on a6 or a7 or ace queen high or ace king, which all of the bluffs get there here, right? So we have way more 8x. Like we have so many 2 pairs that we can value bet. I would also bet my straight small because I want the crying call from ace 9. That sometimes call. Like it's just a very, very favorable run out for us. Like even if he's on queens or aces and he's low plated, he's not beating anything, right? And it's also really difficult to have bluffs. And the moment it's difficult to have bluffs, you need to take some of your busted flush draws. Or the perceived busted flush draws. Even though you block them. I think he's opening now a little bit tighter. But I think king 7 suited 20 bigs, we still get to open jam here. Rejam. Lucky. Five. Ha! Yeah, I think it's a pretty good play. Money goes in here against both. I mean, even if you open rips, I'm calling this off. Alright, good luck, us. He's going to be limp-shoving a lot of the pairs, so I think he uses 10s, jacks. We just have massive equity against everything. I was not hoping for that. Unlucky. GG. Yeah, it sucks because he's shoving so many lower aces and pairs, but it is what it is. Right, we're on the stone bubble here. This spot here, if he opens, we definitely fled. We just have his range crushed. This is also a spot where you see a lot of players getting way too tight. You can still play pots against him, especially when you have such a massive equity. I mean, he's going to be opening jack 4 suited in this spot, right? You do very, very little 3-betting against him because you only want to get it in with aces, maybe kings, not even ace king. I mean, 2.5 big blind jam, we call. He's also the shortest stack, so he has to make a move first. We call. We want that to play this hand multiple. They shouldn't be jamming. If I have ace king, I want to play this hand 3-way if I'm one of the blinds. Maybe if you have aces, you jam, but even with aces, you want to meet. I mean, this is so dumb. If he doubles up, he's gonna be losing so many chips. Like this is just, I mean, depends what he has. But even if you have 10s and I hit my king, you want to make sure that we get our equity to the river to knock him out together. I mean, I'm folding here. Yeah, even that. Like, what if the flop comes queen, king, queen, whatever? Like, if he hits his queen, I have the chance to re-suck him out, right? I wouldn't jam jacks there, to be honest. I wouldn't jam jacks there. I don't think it's a good jam. Because also, there's no bluffing post-flop. It's a dry side pot. And you can always call once or twice. Gonna check call, lead some straight cards. Like a 9, a 5. Think he's gonna be checking lots of like ace 9, king 9, because you don't want to face a raise on this board. So he's gonna have some like jacks, queens type of hands. It's gonna be very ugly on the later runouts. This might be it. This might be it. King 10s, queen 10s possible. Oh, this is a 6-foot. Problem is he has the diamond kind of sucks. He can have some 4-5, 5-3 suited calls again if he puts me on a bluff. It's close, it's really close. This is super interesting. So he plays bet check, bet all. I think jack 9, jack 10 is possible. Jack 10, jack 9, king 10, ace 10. I don't hate my call here because he shouldn't be bluffing with queen and spades. This is really interesting. And he knows we're gonna have lots of 6-5. It's super easy to bluff this spot a lot here. David is definitely capable. Queen 9 suited shouldn't really matter. Queen 10 often barrels, and then jack 9, jack 10 would play like this. Queens would I don't see so many value hands, to be honest, on this turn. With our bounty. Yeah. Oh, nice value jam. GG. Oh no, really? Oh. We need help. Live? We're live. Alright. Club. Spade. It's a good card. Just think that ace 10 often checks, and then we block ace king. I think the most likely hands are jack 10. And he's also gonna stop bluffing with jack 9, 10 9, 9 8 and spades. I think we call our hand once again and fold the river. He could have some like 10s and jacks that he just triple barrels it off. And then on the river, we definitely want to have an ace, right? In case he is jamming ace jack, ace 10. Probably also his most likely bluffs are going to be coming from jack x hands. So, and he's not opening jack 10 off, right? Close spot. I think on low 6 mid stakes, I think also folding turn is probably pretty good. And here money, oh, people are working out with hands. Running pretty good in this one so far. Sometimes you just sun run as a chip leader. Question is he 4-betting ace king or just ripping it? Recall. This is just where I make the decision that I think the population does not 4-bet induces ace king off and suited often enough. And then it's very easy to be having an ace 5, even though he's supposed to do that quite often, especially with the suited. And then it's super easy to you know, you bluff your ace 5 suited, you bluff your whatever ace 10. I might still fold though if he jams. because we block the flush draws, right? If he was goofing around with king queen clubs or queen jack clubs, like he can't have those. And I want to bet small to get value from kings and queens and weaker ace queen. And I might jam some rivers. I want to, in case he is on ace 10 or ace 5. Do I jam? I mean, listen, I go with my read. If I say I don't put them in ace king, that's why I call pre-flop. I also think that aces often checks the flop. If I don't put him on ace king here, it would be inconsistent with my pre-flop call, right? He might have it, then all right, he wins the pot, but I think ace queen will just get the value jam here. Against ace 5, I think also, again, a lot of ace kings jam pre. If he has it, then so be it. And you know, he maybe puts me on 10s that I'm trying to get him off queens or jacks or whatever. His kings, queens, right? Like, I could be on 10s here with 2 bounties in play, less than 10 big blinds. Gamble. Gamble, mumble. We block pocket 8s. We're definitely gonna be betting on this turn, but he can still be on over pairs because you wanna pot control. Do you really want to raise here? Do we go for a big bluff? I think I'm gonna go for a big bluff here, which I want to. Fuck it. See what you have, Totti. You could have 7s, but 8s is the most likely hand checking back. Do we launch it? Try to get him off over pairs? I just think that full house might not even raise to get me there with my straights and flush draws that might bet forward. I don't want to check and have him check back like ace 8 or king 8. Fuck it, we're sending it. We have so many strong hands here. He might think very long about this. Definitely not accusing him of stream sniping, because this is a hand where I really might have to think quite some time about it. I would play my boats and like 10-9 clubs exactly like this. 4-5 clubs, 10-9 hearts. Can even like 6-9. He calls me a 40k left chat. Oh, just fold, Totti, please. Whew. Eh? What was he thinking? Like, imagine hero calls there with a... I think you have 0 raises on this board. 0. Just because you have 1 or 2 boats. That was a weird hand. That was a really weird hand. Really don't understand. Because the thing is, it just... You don't have any good straight. You don't have this amount of straights, full houses, and sets I have. I want to play a big pot. You don't want to play a big pot. And if I have, let's say, a really weak hand, king 5 off or king 9 that I'm just folding, you don't want to be like get pushed off your equity. Like, it also makes no sense. You make me fold those hands that you have crushed. Even if I have like a 10 deuce and clubs, I will bet fold this. I don't block anything. You fold out the weaker draws. Like, you have such a disguised hand. You can even consider hero calling some rivers. If it's bricks a 3, you know, I'm still gonna have jack 9 off. You can consider hero calling. I think this is just very unnecessary. Just not your board. Like, what do you want to do? It was funny, huh, chat? Always a sweat here, eh? It's not for nits. I can tell you that. If we launch it, we have to launch it. Rip 9 is interesting, so... If he opens, we call... I would like... Yeah, that's perfect. This is perfect. Ace king. Oh, that's not looking good. Only 1 out. Hard. Azini 3 bets me a 4-bet jam, ace 5 off. That's actually pretty standard. And if against this jam, we just call. Unlucky. Might be unlucky for him. Spade. Ooh, that was close. He will limp jam all the weaker pairs, I think. Because he knows I'm going to be raising aggressively. And... ooh la la! 6-7 suited, possible. Queen Jack, possible. Queen Jack might actually just open jam. Ooh la la! Definitely want to go for value here. Just a clean river would be nice. Just rip it in. What are these runouts? He still have even 8-7, we have to check. Just a gut shot. Could also play some bigger bets here. I was about to say Lena really likes to turn hands into a bluff. 8-9, king queen. Oh, he could jam like so many pair plus queen 10, queen jack. I have so many. Is he value jamming? Is he? I mean, ace 10, ace jack is not possible. Ace 7 is really raising where. Actually, now it's important to have an 8. King queen is impossible. You might bluff those. Yeah. Nice. Let's go. Yeah, I think he would be bluffing with a king or queen in his hand, so like to block my king queens basically, or block my best bluff catcher ace king ace queen. So I think it's good to not have, because he's always raising king queen pre, so we don't need to have a king or queen. But we block more bluffs, so that's just also one of the few spots where I just try to approach it a bit more methodical, because he will have bluffs, and then I try to determine, okay, what are like my best blockers here in this spot, and I will likely end up bet folding ace queen there if I have it, and then just bluff catch my ace 8, ace 9, because these are the most likely slow plays.
Pre-flop, ace-8 off can both raise or limp. 30 big blinds deep effectively, hands we want to raise are most of our premiums, and then hands that have decent equity but not the best playability, like offsuit hands with one high card or low suited hands. Suited hands with better playability like to go for a limp call instead, to make sure they see a flop. The big blind's incentives against the limp are quite similar. Apart from his best hands, he likes to raise low and unconnected suited and even a lot of offsuit hands. These profit a lot from the small blind folding out 20% of his hands against an ISO raise. And like the small blind, the big blind wants to make sure to see a flop with mid to high suited and offsuit hands, while also keeping in hands that they dominate post-flop. On the flop, the solver heavily prefers a small bet size, which Ben indeed used. With ranges this wide, and our range having an overall advantage on the board, focusing on getting thinner value with our medium hands, which are on average better than our opponent's medium hands, is usually a good choice. Combined with the fact that we're even folding out 25% of our opponent's hands right away, betting small with most of our range will be the preferred play. The 10 on the turn changes things quite a bit, and we now want to bet more polarized, which means a lower frequency of betting and a bigger size. Since we filtered out the big blind's worst 25% of hands on the flop, our worst hands are now worse than our opponent's worst hands, and we don't have an overall range advantage anymore. Therefore, we want to focus on getting the most from our best hands, and charge the big blind's medium hands more on the few occasions we do bet. According to theory, more than 88% of the big blind's calling range would be worse than ace-8 off, so Ben's hand makes for a nice value bet. On the river, ace-8 could go for a small bet size and basically get called by any pair, or a bet bigger and get more value from fewer hands. When faced with the big bet, the big blind can shove all ace-7 plus for value. As bluffs, he mostly wants to go with pair plus straight blockers like 7-8 or 7-9, some tiny amounts of 10x and jack-x, and even some low ace-x. If he bluffs at GTO frequency, our lower two pair and hands like ace-8, which are a pair and a straight blocker, are 0 EV bluff catches, mixing calls and folds almost evenly. However, no human will likely hit these exact frequencies, which means as a player, your job is to estimate which side your opponent will err on. If in fact Lena would be overdoing it even slightly too much with the bluffs, as Ben possibly assumed,
Lena really likes to turn hands into a bluff.
We can simulate that by assigning the big blind a strategy that deviates from GTO. So if we, for example, add only 10% more to only one single hand, which will be 7-8 off in this example, then all of our bluff catches instantly become profitable calls. This shows how sensitive even small deviations from theory are, and thus how important it is to focus on your actual opponent's tendencies. And in case you're wondering if Queen 9 was played according to theory, we'll see that it is a call on the flop as well as on the turn when it picks up a gut shot. On the river, however, it is simply a fold. As discussed, his bluffs would come from hands that also block pairs. Likely because a hand like Queen 9 does in fact block straights, but also bends bluffs, which themselves want to block straights. So while a king, queen, 9 and 8 all block straights, they also block bluffs, whereas pairs don't block any of Ben's bluffs.
Actually, now it's important to have an 8. King queen is impossible, you might bluff those, yeah. Nice, let's go. If he jams, oh my god, he shouldn't... I think I call ace 9 suited, ace 10 off better. They're pretty even. If he would be a lot shorter, it's closer, but I think he might induce some ace king, queen, ace king, ace queen suited. He jams probably any suited ace. It's close, very close. Green, green 9, green ace. Oh my god, green 9, sorry. This guy is 3-betting too much, I'm gonna 4-bet this. If it goes wrong, it goes wrong. Unlucky. This guy has been 3-betting my like a million times. Probably maybe this time he had it. Easy call. That's ugly. Yeah, that's very high variance, of course, but if I think someone is 3-betting too much, then it prints quite a bit. And so far I've been playing pretty solid. I think we want to check this back sometimes. We don't have that many 2 pairs on this board. And we have lots of missed offsuit. I mean, it's fine betting, but I think it's not bad to sometimes check it back here. Alright, we all in? He's definitely ahead of us. And if he overbets, we have an easy call. Unfortunate. Wow, we lost the minimum. Wow, he calls king queen? The fuck? With him being so short, I might not even be shoving like king, maybe king jack suited, king 10, but for his tournament life with ICM and not being so far out of us, that's a pretty ambitious call. Okay, that sucks. All right, that's how it is in poker. From Chipley to sometimes now being out in 5th place. It is what it is. Or maybe not. He open jams. We hope. We have a 3. Ace or 3. Now we're even in a very, very awkward spot here. Fuck. I mean, I'm gonna calling this. Unless someone else calls, then we can forward. I mean, if he jams, we have to forward. All right. Come on, this time. Ay. Rough. That was a rough final table. That was a really rough final table. We still gotta have a big blind. I've seen crazier comebacks than that. Chat. Oh lord. Getting ace 9 feels very premium. Feels very premium. Alright, let's do it. Come on, club me. Nee. This is not what we were hoping for. Sometimes some final tables just feel like the ultimate troll. Snap call. Oh, I'm getting some crazy snap calls today. Come on, 4. Let's go. Especially that deep. I mean, it was just, what, 15 to the money, 20 to the money? If this goes right, we should make it in the money. If not, we have to sweat. So I think it's a nice spot to 4-bet a little wider here. He wakes up with the hand. If it goes wrong, so be it. We could actually also just I mean, I would induce so wide here. Ah, fucking Alright, now we have to sweat. Give me a fucking suited ace and I just rip it in. Off suited aces. I mean, he has to be really out of line to make this a proper 4-bet jam. Nice hand to rejam. Blind versus blind, we stack off. Pet's gonna be reshoving wide. We do well against all of his jams. So you want to be jamming like Jack 7 suited and stuff. If he open jams, it's gonna be a lot more ace. I mean, like this is probably a spot where we don't mind jamming. We'll bottom stack anyway. Okay, and all the money goes in. If he limps, I think I want to check back this hand. Play post flop. He's gonna be limping like King 3 off, Jack 7 suited. We call, play post flop. He's gonna have like 9-5 suited in shred and maybe some off suited Jack X hands. I think people reshove to wide. You wanna leverage your position advantage here. We call it. We call again. I mean, he has to. I mean, the reason why I call is because which offsuited cans can he have? We block the king and clubs. 9-7 off. He's not raising. 9-7 off. He's not raising. I think it's a fold. Sevens. Very likely we will have an all-in situation. Too strong against hijack. Good luck, us. I have pocket sixes. Come on. Ace 5. Let's go. Hold a Reno. Let's go. I told you. I'm not done here. I'm gonna be the tilting short stack that is not busting, and everyone is gonna be fucking annoyed that this Bencb guy is not busting. Let's ship this hyper one. Let's go. That is a very good spot. Would just be unfortunate if he wakes up with a hand, but alright, good luck us. Let's go. Oh, I thought for a second he won, but we made a boat. Open jam is also fine. This big blind looks actually quite aggressive, so maybe open jam would have been better. Maybe find some 3-bets that I can 4-bet jam against. Yeah, I'm just gonna jam this. This guy seems to enjoy some aggression. Here you can have it. Saki outie here. Come on. Oh, close. GG. Interesting read that he induces here with ace jack off. This is interesting, but I think we have to fold. I know Raider likes to play aggressive, but I think as a mid stack he actually plays quite solid. If he's a bigger suited, I'm calling. Like also, that's what I was just about to say. I think he's calling of this deck size a little bit too much. So if he has King 10 suited, King Queen, he's just calling it and not shoving. Against some other decks, I'm happily calling. I'm not saying it's bad, it's just his style. This guy inducing with ace jack, next time I can just raise call insanely wide if he jams. I think it worked in this situation. And I want to be 4-bet jamming relatively aggressive with my suited aces. But I mean, you know, that's the point. Like, we're never gonna have this spot again. But technically, now next time, if I sit there with ace 9 off, I can raise call all day long, which I'm supposed to raise fold under normal circumstances. He basically makes a committing raise. I mean, the money goes in, right? Ace king against ace 5. Let's go. We're on the final table. Good seat, good seat. I think I'm just gonna stay with the min-raising range, min-raising strategy. Against 3-bets, I'm just 4-bet jamming this. Happy to get 3-bets here from the big stacks or from this guy. It's also fine. I mean, these days people definitely can 3-bet a lot more. If any one of these 4-bet or jam, I'm out. Then we have an easy fold. If the upside jams, like it's queens plus ace king, and then he's still uncapped, then we just have an easy fold. Oh, we might get away from a big setup here. All right. Good for us. Good for us. He put the money in with ace king, but can't blame him, man. Like, I think I would have also just gotten it in there. Gonzalo, thank you so much for the sub, appreciate it. I think it's a nice hand to raise forward. King 5, King 6 suited, I would start shoving. I also want to induce a lot, play in position. What is he thinking? I'm definitely gonna call this with the suited king. With a min 3-bet. If he bets small, I'm gonna jam, like... He can definitely fuck around with this min 3-bet. Alright, let's get first in. Or not. Alright. Good luck us. We need a double up. Really? I think on this final table everything went just against us, but we take it. We take it.